Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it has been quite a bit of a hiatus. Just sort of life sort of got in the way. I just sort of haven't really made the time to do these things. I did sort of lay low with collecting these things for a little while. But I mean by lay low, I sort of didn't go as hard as I usually do. For just various reasons. Not really, not really keen to get into it, but long story short, I've sort of picked up the bug again and yeah, the last month or so has been pretty good. I found some stuff, but prior to that, I did get a few more things that I probably haven't shown off in my collection. Just some different sort of things. I'm still waiting on some stuff to come from the UK. Just a bit of a logistical problem with that. You just got to be careful who you deal with sometimes. Long story. That's another story for another video, though. So without further ado, I guess I'll get into some of these things that I've got. Alright, okay, so I've got some Christopher Audrey books. So I've got these. I've got these. That came from the UK. That is, I believe it's the first edition. Is it the first edition? Yeah, it's the first edition. James tells first edition because it's the book that is so the most current, the most recent book is actually the book of the title. Obviously, if book 29 came after, that means it will be reprinted. It's a reprint from 85 or 86. So that's James and the Diesel Engines. There is book 29. I've got book 30, more about Thomas the Tank Engine. You've seen those. I got that from the UK. Gordon the High Speed Engine. I don't think this is a reprint from, I want to say 90. It'll be a reprint from 93 because Henry and the Express is the most recent book. Looking to get a high art version, but beggars can't be choosers with these things, especially if you're in Australia. A lot of people who collect these things will tell you. That's a good one. Toby Trucks and Trouble, first edition? No. So that, yeah, obviously that'll be like Thomas and the Twins was 89, so that'll be either 89 or a 90 reprint. What should it be? Let's have a look. I can't remember. It's an 89 reprint. Yeah, either way, still pretty good. I like the second impression of it. Thomas and the Twins, book 33. This is the first edition. First edition, yep. Thomas and the Twins. Very proud I got that one in first edition. That's one of the more common ones that you see over in the UK. Most of those are fairly common. Currently, you don't tend to see that one a whole lot. And probably Gordon High Speed Engine you do see a lot. Probably Toby the Trucks and Trouble is probably one of the least common ones out of all those. Jock the New Engine, I've got that. I thought I had first editions of those, but that's obviously the second impression because it's got Thomas and the Great Railway Show. You see that fairly common as well. This is quite a nab though. This is the first edition of Thomas and the Great Railway Show. Yep, because Jock the New Engine is the most recent one. So that is a first impression. I'm really excited I've got that in first edition. That's really, really cool. I'm so ecstatic. That's a hard one to find in the first impression, let alone it doesn't appear that often. I've also got Henry and the Express. I can't remember. I think this is a reprint. Yeah, it's a reprint from 94 or 95. There'll be a... Wait, hang on. Yeah, reprinted in 94, obviously, because Wilbur the Forest Engine is the last one in that the last one in that little index page. Okay, so I do have 42, which is probably the rarest one on the way from the UK with that logistical problem. I also have 39, which is Thomas and the Fat Controllers engines. Wilbur the Forest Engine, New Little Engine, and I just recently acquired Thomas and Victoria. That was the last one I needed, but I will be getting that. If that's not in Australia in the next few weeks, it's not far off. So I do have all these now. I'm really proud of that. It's quite a feat. His books are really, really hard to come by. And they're gonna cost you a lot of money. There was a lot that just came up here in Australia, and I know it went for $200, but $200 is actually a pretty good price when you consider it was about 8 or 9 of his books. I mean, here you're probably looking at $30 to $40 each. So, and one of them was Thomas and Victoria. So I think that was one of them as well. I can't remember all of the ones in the lot. But honestly, whoever got that, I wouldn't be feeling too ashamed about the $200 price tag. Pretty good, all things considered. Thomas and Victoria just sold for £102 the other day in the UK. And Thomas and his friends 42 went for £201. That's insanely high for a book that was produced in 2013, and then the other one, the latter, was produced in 2007. That's they're crazy, but I'm really happy I've got them. Very proud owner of those. I'll put them away. I also do have was 36 Thomas. Thomas Comes Home on the way from the UK as well. Rest assured, I do have all those, and most of all the other first editions for the books 1 to 27. But I'll show those in a later video. Alright, speaking of things from the UK, I actually acquired this in a trade from Mr. Kublai 1969. Big shout out to him. I've always wanted that for a long time. I think I swapped out him for a box 8 of Jane and Mabel. So can't complain with that. I picked up another one in the US fairly cheap. He got this fairly cheap. I think he got this for about $1 in an op shop. So I think he's either or. I don't think he was too big on collecting these Erdl things. So it sort of goes with my collection of stuff. So I'm proud I got that. And also got a 2010 James from him, which is pretty cool. I do like that form, and it gives me a 2010 one. Yeah, big on the Jameses. Okay, in the US, I found only for $10 on Marketplace and $5 shipping, so that's pretty good. What's sort of detached at the bottom here, like sort of everywhere, and sort of just held on the top here, a certain part. So I've had to sort of just double-sided tape there, a bit there, and sort of there. It's a short face form, so it's the 2016 version. So you've got 2012, 2016. That's still a good buy. They're always on the up. Henry's in Australia, they'll be worth $150 soon. If I can mark my words. The way all things Thomas Wooden Railway is going. Okay, so just some other stuff I got from the US. Recent lot. Got that for about, what was it, about $18 US? 18, and that was about maybe 17. So I'm not going to complain with that. That's pretty good. They're box 99s. Some of them got marginally used conditions. Either way, box 99 stuff is, especially him, it's going to be like in excess of 70, 80, 90, $100 US. Just the way it is. He's not far off, Gordon. So I'm kind of happy I've got them. Let's show some cool stuff. Alright, I got a cool one. Most recent Thomas Wood. I got this fairly cheap actually, it's about $20 US. That is Kenji. That's really cool. Kind of the last thing that they produced in wood, or they came in that range, not sort of the new release stuff, which strangely hasn't really. It's taking its time to come out. That's another issue. So got the Kenji up there. What else? Okay, got this for about $90 US, which is a good deal. That's a German boxed Boko. I've got Daisy, so obviously Boko will go with him. I go with her, sorry. That's pretty cool. Yeah, can't complain. Got 92 box, got 94 box, got a German 96, and I actually have a plain 96 box Boko, which kind of is the bulk of them. That's really, if you're a Boko fan, you kind of want to have. So I'm pretty happy I've got that. Alright, I'll divert back into some cool, whatever. Look, okay, so 92 stuff. I think I'm kind of at my limits with it. I kind of think I'm just sort of fatigued by it. It's so, every fucker wants it, and it's so expensive. It's just crazy expensive. A few months ago, you would have seen those auctions that went in the US, like a Donald that sold for $1,200. I'm not sure what happened was to go with all these things. They do seem to be anomalies because the prices are not. They haven't gone up that drastic, but they have gone up a fair bit. And like, I feel for people who want to collect them. Yeah, you've come at the wrong time. But then again, all things considered, for 2 years time now, you might be looking at like 2 times the price. So now might be a time to start. That's the way I kind of looked at it 2 or 3 years ago. I'm kind of glad that I did, because a lot of my stuff is I sort of bucked the trend. It wasn't anything out of the market range, not crazy anyway. Most I paid for one was probably 240, $50. That was for Knapford Express coach, the grey box one, which is a pretty good deal, because that is definitely like a $500 plus one now, even more. So yeah, 92 is 92. I got that. That was about $40. That's a pretty decent price. You wouldn't think something that small and a bunch of sizes is worth $40, but I mean, they go for a lot more than that. It's got all the inserts in there still. A lot of these you won't see it that complete. Yeah, 92. I might take that pamphlet out actually. Put it in. I'm not big on keeping the pamphlets in the accessory packs, but anyway. One of the last three little fuckers that I needed for my collection. That's Diesel. Funny, that came up for about $49.95. It had a best offer. Believe it or not, I definitely did not fuck around with that though. I definitely was not going to wait to put an offer. I do believe the guy did me a solid favour, because I bought a few other things off the guy. So he gave me some. I'm trying to say, yeah. He gave me sort of a good bundle with other stuff that he had. He hadn't actually listed stuff yet, which I actually got the sort of heads up on, and that's how you can strike often. You just sort of buy one thing, and hopefully they haven't listed other shit. Then you can pick up more stuff from them. So I paid about $50 for that. All things considered, that's pretty good. That's this guy doesn't appear. This and Terrence, I honestly think, are probably the ones that appear the least. Harold as well. Not that I'm not that big on having Harold as a 92, but I mean, I'll look out for it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to spend like $100+ on it. Yeah, so Diesel 92, that's pretty cool. I'm not going to complain about that. Yeah, I'm just glad I got that. I also acquired Terrence in a trade. You probably did see I got a 92 Boko in the blue Shine Time box. That was a factory error Boko. That is actually quite a rare thing, and I've given that up in a trade to TWR Collectibles. Big shout out to him. Go follow his stuff on Twitter, as much as I fucking hate Twitter. Yeah, go follow him on there, and I think he makes some YouTube videos from time to time. I think he just did one of the prototype SC Ruffy, which is a really cool video. Check it out. And yeah, look, I traded that. I've got a version 1 Annie. I've got a box Terrence, which is actually signed by Roy Wilson, so that's pretty cool. And I got a actual version 1 of the Knapford Express coach, because the one that I had in that box was actually a version 2. But I've got the V1, so I've traded that. All things considered, pretty good, considering. Segue. I found this guy for $50 off the same seller as him. So definitely cheering about that. That's extremely cheap. It's near new. It's got a few. It's been taken out and played with, but still pretty good all in all. Look at that. It's got very, very minimal wear. That's the factory error was that this thing was painted down there. So that is obviously is a factory error. I'm definitely good. I know TWR Collectibles is big on having all that sort of stuff, variants and things like that. Mate, I think you're crazy with how much you want of all those variants, but whatever. That's your ball game to play. You must have more money than me. I'll tell you that much. Because it definitely goes with his collection though. It was one of those things I wouldn't mind holding on to. It's pretty cool, a factory error, but it let me finish off the other three other pieces that can nearly complete my 92. Me being halfway around the world, this stuff doesn't appear that often. I think I probably come out ahead in that. Whatever. We're both happy with the trade, so I can't complain with that. So that's the Boko 92. Also got this off the same seller. That's a Knapford Express version 2. That's about $50 as well. So, yep. Cha-ching. And a version 3 James. So, yeah. Look. Can't complain. Definitely can't complain with those. Happy with those. Just a little bit of I'm going to show off a few show off the cool, unique stuff to last. Now this is a favourite of mine. So this is the Thomas and the Magic Railroad 5 car pack. Yeah, that set me back about 130 US. All things considered, pretty good price. These don't appear that often. Definitely, when they do, it's usually more than $200. They're probably more valued on the 250, 300 side, considering how rare they are. But nonetheless, I snapped that up pretty quick. Big shout out to Connections over in the States who hooked me up with that one. They knew it was definitely on my hit list. So I've got that. I'm very proud that I've got that. This is the Magic Railroad. Now these last few, I'm going to show you. Now these things are quite rare. I've put these to my Twitter before. I don't really care what I put to Twitter, to be honest. But I've put these to Twitter before. Now these are, as far as I know, these are actually only sold in Australia. So these are quite unique. And I do know of a lot of die-hard collectors over there have wanted these off me one of these off me very recently. I'm reluctant to give them up just because I know how unique they are. So these are most Americans won't have seen these. These are just double packs. They're not labeled or anything. So you've got Mike and Diesel in this one. These were released I think they're only made in 2006. You'll find they're all produced in 2006, and they were only sold in Australian sort of high-end, medium to high-end sort of store called Maya. For you Americans, I don't know, probably JC Penney. I'm trying to think of I don't know, like maybe a Macy's, the equivalent of what Macy's would be, sort of get your medium to high-end fashion sort of store like that. They also sell toys and sort of everyday accessory things. They were sold there in 2006. These are really extremely hard to come by. Haven't found many of these in Australia. I know my buddy Kublai has one. He's got the Douglas and Mavis. I'm potentially interested in trading him for that, but that will be news to him right now. So we've got Bill and Ben and Lady. Again, that's pretty cool. It is 2006 as well. They say they came with the character cards. Really cool. I'm yellowed at the top here, but mate, these are extremely rare. I do remember we've got a big seller down here, Thomas Train Exchange. He's probably like the fatty equivalent. Greg Fine, sort of a big seller in the US, and he actually, I think he found some of these, but it was Iron Arian, Iron Burt and Dennis, but he had cut them in half, or I don't know, maybe he bought them cut in half, which is fucking a crying ass shame. It's one of those definitely ones I'm going to look out for all of them. They've documented about 12 of them. So Lady had Caroline and the recycling cars as one. I got in touch with her a few months back, but she had since sold them, and I think she only wanted $40 for that, which is actually pretty good. I should have bought it ages ago. I'm just kicking myself. Sometimes you kick yourself over the things you miss out on, and this is probably the best one of all of them. Murdoch and Milk Tanker. As boxed Murdoch, I mean, fuck, that's winning. That's definitely winning. It's got a slight crack there at the front, but again, all in all, pretty good price. Like I said, these are very unique to Thomas World. Only sold in Australia, as far as I believe. If I'm wrong about that, prove I stand to be corrected. I'm definitely so happy I've got those though. Yeah, really cool. I'll just show off some things here for a bit. All right. I've got a few more 94 things to complete the set, and I kind of nearly have all the 94s actually. So what did I get? What did I get most recently? So I've nearly got them all. I'm only missing two. That would be Douglas and Donald and Douglas. Yes. So I got the Timoth Milk Tanker 94, and I got a Terrence 94 in actual flat magnets. He doesn't appear that often. I would say Donald and Douglas are probably the rarest. This Edward in this style, very rare, very hard to come by. the rest of them, I mean, yeah, they're all sort of, yeah, they sort of all appear here and there. Oh, I don't know what you'd consider some of the Boko 94 is pretty fucking rare. Knapford, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're all pretty hard to come by. That troublesome truck, you find a lot of troublesome trucks with the 95, 96 style labels. They have 94 ones in them. That's a 94 one. The Crosby as well is a kind of a cool one as well. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's forget Donald and Douglas. That kind of completes all my 94s. Got a few other sort of accessory pieces. There's a few more 94 stuff. I'm actually in the process of acquiring a bunch of track. But anyway, that'll be about that. Alright guys, well, glad I'm back doing this. I guess I'll try and do this more regularly. I've got a few more things to show off. Yeah, just the collecting's going really well. Enjoying it still, having fun with it. You just got to be patient. I know a lot of people out there. You've got to be patient. As the golden rule, as my buddy in the US likes to say, everything turns up eventually. You just gotta know when to strike, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, as the saying goes. All right, guys. We'll leave that for video for the night, and I'll see you guys next time.